As American hip hop artist Ayaz once said, Shawty's like a melody in my head. But Shawty wasn't in my head. Jared Sowie was in my head all weekend long. And this is your Jackie Dockter 2022 Memorial Open recap. Let's kick it off with Matt Hokinson in our ad read.
Also blessed to announce that this match is sponsored by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. This final is sponsored by Reese's. Went to the gas station, got a king size, and they are proud to be our official sponsor of the Jackie Dockter singles title here at Tom O'Leary in Bismarck, North Dakota. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Let's transition into our recap of the Jackie Dockter Memorial Tournament 2022. I think there's two things that need to be addressed. First was before the tournament, Oliver Summers commented on our entries video, and I'm pretty sure he was trying to cancel Tennis with Ike. He said just the men's were discussed. Is it a men's only tournament? I do not think he knew that there was actually no women's draws posted at this moment. I think he was literally just trying to dig at me and the channel. So I want to formally call out Oliver Summers, Facebook Karen, potentially Facebook Karen, for trying to cancel TWI.
Anyone wants more content on North Dakota women's tennis, please leave a comment. Otherwise, Oliver, let's be honest with ourselves. We got to realize who's listening to us. We don't have that many people listening to us. What? We're going to talk about what we are interested in, right? What we're involved in. And I don't think any of us are playing tennis here or girls 12s or anything like that. So
I would also just say, too, Isaac and I did that because we knew the people, like you just talked about. We're a group of dudes who play male tennis. We have nothing against the female tennis circuit in North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, WTA. I will not cancel Oliver because cancel culture is cancelable in itself, but I'd like a public apology.
In response, we will be in the job search potentially for maybe a female to go on. We got to be gender fluid, Maybe if David can't come here during a week because he's always gone, maybe we replace that week. We're open to ideas. We're definitely open to ideas. Let's go over the brackets. So there's 3 total UTR upsets in the tournament. Looking back at it, Tracy Porter, Pablo Escobar of the brackets actually got most of them right. There's 23 total matches played in the men's open singles and only 3 UTR upsets. The first was in the first round. Finn defeated Brian Swanberg. Anthony James defeated Mason Pitcher. And then in the semis, I defeated North Knutson. What sticks out in the tournament to you guys?
The run of Jared Sowie. I mean, just finding a way to just grease his way into another final, and just the unorthodox game of Sowie just shines through once again. And, you mentioned in one of our previous videos that he was the dark horse of the tournament.
Jared Sowie, an absolute dark horse in any tournament that you play.
And gosh darn it, you nailed it. It was definitely Sowie's, you won the tournament, Isaac, but Sowie had a great tournament there and just greased his way through, and definitely gave you a run there in the final 2. It wasn't like a blowout, and it's Yeah, I think that's a big, at least in the singles draw, what I can see. And I got to watch a lot of it because I lost in the second round. So seeing, being in this crowd earlier than usual has been kind of nice to be able to see that the run of Sowie for sure.
We definitely need to highlight Jared Sowie's incredible run to the finals in the Jackie. He had a first round bye, then he played Jordan Bame in the second round, had a tight match. It was 6-3, 6-4. But Jordan's a really tough player to play. He hits really big, has a full Western grip, and puts a lot of spin on the ball. So Jared advanced through that one. Then he played Logan Sandberg, Concordia College's #1 next year. He beat Logan in 3 sets. It was 6-3, 3-6, and then 10-6 in the Super Breaker. Really, anything can happen in those Super Breakers. So I think it's kind of a testament to Sowie again that he just outlasted Logan. He's a competitor. Sowie knows how to win. So he goes into his semifinal match against Eric Porter, tournament director and former teammate. So there's a little bit of a rivalry there. And he takes care of business in straight sets, 6-4, 7-5. Eric was cramping at the end of that second set. I think testament again, hats off to Sowie again. Sowie had the tough matches in those first and second rounds. Eric kind of rolled. So the fact that Eric was kind of out of gas, Sowie just outlasted him, I think. So I think really goes to show that Sowie got a lot of balls back, kind of dictated that match a little bit. And I know Eric's going to be wanting some revenge, I'm sure he'll get it at some point. And then Sowie played me in the finals. I could not settle down. He was in my head the whole time. I pushed pretty much the entire match. I pushed the first set, 1-6-3. Then I got down early in the second set. I was trying to hit a little bit more and just missing a lot of balls. I was down 3-1. Then I was down 5-2 in the second set. And I was like, oh man, I need to turn on the jets. I need to do something. Ended up getting back to 5-4. I was serving and it was deuce point. 5-4, Sowie's up. And he went to the net and I think he dumped one in the net. So went 5-5. At that point, I think I took the wind out of his sails just a little bit. Whenever you have a set point and someone just won 3 games in a row, it's kind of tough. And ended up just winning those last 2 games. So it was 7-5. But, I mean, he's the talk of the tournament, man. Like, so many close matches, really pushed me. That was probably the first time that we've ever played that he's really, really pushed me in a match. So he's getting better and better.
I was joking with Isaac earlier that the UTR held true after all the controversy of how did we seed this tournament and the bottom half is so weak. Well, the guy with the highest UTR in the bottom half made it into the final. It helped that he had just a total cupcake match in the semifinal. That Eric P guy, man. I don't know about what he was doing out there, but out of the entire draw, there were probably almost double-digit number of players that could have made the semifinal. Realistically, were talented enough to do so, and I think probably 5 or 6 guys that could have walked away with the title. And granted, I know Isaac always going to be a favorite among our kind of tennis crew, but I realistically, I think on any given day, there's a lot of people that could have walked away with this title. So it was a super fun weekend. Very, very good quality tennis overall.
What do you think from the tournament director standpoint? How did the tournament go, Eric?
Tournament went smoothly. We had a lot of great matches, as the score sheet shows, not only in the men's open, but in some of the recreational divisions as well. Great turnout. What I am most interested in is who out of this men's open draw is coming away with a chip on their shoulder. Who's extra motivated to get in some more tennis in the near future? And it turns out that answer is, at least for the entrance of the Minot Subway Classic, Paul Kristen, #1, chip on shoulder.
Yep.
Logan Sandberg, after a tough loss to Jared Sowie in the quarters, chip on shoulder. Eric Porter, tournament director, after a tough loss to Jared Sowie in the semifinals, chip on shoulder. And Jordan Bame, tough loss to Jared Sowie in the first round, chip on shoulder. So those 4 gentlemen are off to the land of the Beavers in northern North Dakota this weekend, and
They're hitting the weights this week for sure.
Hold that beaver.
That's right. The group should stay tuned for what comes of that.
You know who's capable of making a run in any tournament that I'd like to see bounce back is Mason Pitcher. I think he's got a lot of tools in the bag. And that match with James, I thought Anthony James put together a nice little couple of matches there too. I know, Eric, you faced him. He showed that he had a lot of weapons as well. So those are a couple guys that I'd be on the lookout for future summer tournaments, as well as from a personal standpoint, Logan Sandberg. I know there was some talk from us earlier. I mean, I think Matt had the bold take that maybe he'd end up in the semifinal. He was right there with me. I think Eric, you and he would go toe to toe if he had pulled that one off. I think he's one of those guys that can stand tall to anybody in the draw as well. So that was a great match. That's a guy that I expect to continue to improve throughout the summer and then going into college. Future Cobber, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Solo gang.
Yeah.
I also got to put someone on dog alert after the doubles with me and the Vorlander, North Knutson. Jared Pitcher, man, young talent, just ripping backhands, just really talented player. Can't think of a player in the past year who's improved more than Jared Pitcher. At least just from what I witnessed in doubles. I mean, what an improvement a year makes for him, and I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how he develops and where he ends up playing. I don't know how old he is. I mean, he's got at least probably a couple of years before he goes to college. So yeah,
he did not back down, man. He stood strong at the net, took volleys, ground strokes. I mean, that was fun to watch.
How old is he, Eric? Is he going to be a senior?
He's going to be a junior, I believe.
He's gonna be a junior.
Yeah.
So for a 16, 17-year-old kid, that was impressive to watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was super impressive. And Mason Pitcher got pooped on actually by a bird in the tournament. Right at the end, it was like after the championship match, or no, it was before the championship match, maybe after, I'm not even sure. He just like got pooped on, and he was just gonna like wash it off with his water bottle. I'm like, go to the bathroom, like get some soap on that bacteria.
But that's tough. That's
super
tough.
devastating.
That really is devastating. Holy smokes.